Hi everybody. So today I'm going to show you how to create this adorable giraffe, and he sits quite nicely. So this is going to be a big project, and I promise you it's well worth it. It's so adorable. This is designed by Jess Davies, also known as CraftLover17 on Instagram. Do check out our Instagram page at CraftLover17. She has a really gorgeous picture up and with a different color giraffe if you haven't seen it. Now, the supplies needed are going to be purple, yellow, pink, neon orange, and neon green. Pick whatever colors that you'd like to use. Be creative with them. For the eyes, I'm using two 10mm safety eyes. You can use the beads, whatever size choice you'd prefer, or what you have, or even bands. In today's video, we're going to be creating the arms, the legs, and the body. So I'm going to get started, and I do hope you enjoy. Now, round one of the arm, so you can see this is round one of the arm. I'm going to show you how to do one, and then you're going to pause the video to make yourself another. I'm going to start off with 6 single crochets in the magic ring. And I'm going to use my purple. I'm going to take my first band and wrap it around the bottom peg 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now with your hook, you're going to pull 6 bands through, one at a time. The first one, bring the end through, other end on your hook, and top loop over. Bring it to the side. Back in for your second band, bring through, end on your hook, and now you're bringing the top 2 loops over. Bring it to the side. Back in, band through, end on your hook, and top 2 loops over. And you want to continue the same way. Band through, end on your hook, and top 2 loops over. You're going to remove off the loom, move your bands around so it's nice and even, and attach your stitch marker to this band that's around your hook. You should have 6 stitches. For round 2, we're going to increase on each chain around. So that means you're adding 2 bands to each chain. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. So at the end of round 2, you're going to have 12 stitches. So you're just doing 2 single crochets in the same chain, one at a time. Back in for the second band. The next chain, same thing, 2 bands, one at a time. Again, you should have 12 stitches, and remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. For round 3, still continuing with the purple color, I'm going to do 3 single crochets followed by an increase. 3 single crochets followed by an increase, and I'm going to repeat this 3 times. So at the end of round 3, you're going to have 15 stitches. So basically, in the first 3 chains, I'm going to add 1 band, 1, 1, 1. And every 4th chain, I'm adding 2. So I'm going to go in the first chain, not where it's getting pulled, and just following the layout, 1, 1, 1, 2. Next chain. Next chain. In the 4th chain, 2 bands, one at a time. This is your increase. Back in. and repeat 1, 1, 1, 2. And one more time. Again, you should have 15 stitches, and remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. For round 4 and 5, continuing with the purple color, you're going to do 15 single crochets. So that's one band in each chain. 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. Each pile I have 15 bands, so at the end of each round you should have 15 stitches. I'm going to do round 4 with you, and then you're going to pause the video and do round 5 and complete round 5. So not where it's getting pulled, you're going to go in your first chain with one band. One band in each, so the next chain with one. All the way until you get to the stitch marker. This is a single crochet. If at any point in time you can't keep up, just pause the video and copy my layout, and then listen to the instructions, and then you can continue. You have 15 stitches, remove your stitch marker, add it to the band that's around your hook, and you want to start with round 5, going in the first chain, not where it's getting pulled. And you're just going to repeat, going around. So you want to pause the video and come back to me when you're done. For round 6, we're going to decrease and make this smaller. So we're going to decrease to 10 stitches. So what I'm going to do is a single crochet followed by an invisible decrease. So I'm adding an extra band. Repeating single crochet followed by an invisible decrease. And I'm going to repeat this pattern 5 times. So you'll have 10 stitches when you're done. When you're finished, you're going to add a little bit of stuffing to fill that section. So I'm going to get started. I do recommend doing the invisible decrease. So what I'm going to do is a single crochet in the first chain, not where it's getting pulled. Now an invisible decrease, you're going to do a slip stitch in the next 2 chains and leave it on your hook. So go in, do a slip stitch, so you're just going to bring it through the one, leave it on your hook, go to the next stitch, and the same thing, slip stitch, and leave it on your hook. When you get 3 loops, then you're going to slide, and you just stitched your 2 stitches together. So you're going to repeat, making sure you're going to the next stitch over, single crochet, followed by an invisible decrease, slip stitch in the next 2 chains. Next stitch, 3 loops, and slide. You're going to continue this until you get to your stitch marker. 3 loops and slide. So now you should have 10 stitches. Remove your stitch marker, add it to the band that's around your hook. My stitch marker is secure, so I am just going to remove my hook and just add in a little bit of stuffing. Don't overfill this area. You want it nice and like soft, not too firm. You just kind of like want a little bit. So you can see I don't have very much inside. For round 7 and 8, I'm changing to the yellow color. I'm just going to get this back on my hook. And when I change yellow to the purple, yellow to the purple, yellow, yellow, yellow to the purple, I will be doing slip stitches. Throughout the rest of the body, I won't be doing any slip stitches. I will mention it. Now, I'm going to go in the first chain, not where it's getting pulled, and I'm just going to do 10 single crochets. 1 band in each chain until I get to the stitch marker. So each pile I have 10 bands, so at the end of each round you should have 10 stitches. I'm going to do round 7, going in the first chain, bringing your band through all of the loops that are on your hook. So we have a nice even round in this bigger section. The next chain with 1 in each chain until you get to the stitch marker. You should have 10 stitches and remove your stitch marker, add it to the band. And for round 8, when you start, don't start in your slip knot. You want to start in your first chain. That slip knot belongs to that band, that same band. And you're just going to repeat 1 band in each chain. So you can pause the video, continue, and come back to me when you're done. Now this is where I'm going to start to change color and no slip stitches. You're just going to crochet around. So what I'm going to do is for rounds 9, 10, 11, and 12, you're going to repeat 3 pink, 4 neon orange, 3 green, or neon green, 3 pink, 4 neon orange, 3 neon green, and you're going to repeat this for the next 4 rounds. You can see I have 10 bands in each. So at the end of each round, you should have 10 stitches. So I'm going to go in the first chain, not where it's getting pulled, and I'm just going to crochet normally. Again, you should have 10 stitches, remove your stitch marker, and you can start with round 11. Making sure you're going in your pink if you've used that color, not the yellow from the previous round. Ten stitches and remove your stitch marker. You want to pause the video, come back to me when you're done. Now I'm going to change to yellow, and I'm right about here. I'm going to do 10 single crochets, and I'm not doing a slip stitch. I'm just going to crochet around normally. Each pile I have 10 bands, so at the end of each round you should have 10 stitches. Don't start where it's getting pulled. One band in each chain all the way until you get to the stitch marker. You have 10 stitches and remove your stitch marker. And you can start in the first chain, continue round 14, and come back to me when you're done. For rounds 15, 16, 17, and 18, again, we're going to be changing color, no slip stitches. I'm going to use the same color pattern as we did before, 3 pink, 4 neon orange, 3 green. So for the next 4 rounds, you're just going to repeat. I'm going to do round 15 with you. Don't go where it's getting pulled. First chain, and just 1 band in each until you get to the stitch marker. You have 10 stitches, and you can start with round 16, just going in your pink, following the colors all the way around till you get to the stitch marker. Pause the video and come back to me when you're done. For round 19, I'm going to change to the yellow, and I'm just going to do 10 single crochets. The last band, you want to do a slip knot to tie it closed. Then we're going to add some stuffing. I'm going to use a pencil to help me. Then we're going to attach 4 sewing bands. So we'll need those after. So I'm going to do 10 single crochets, starting in my first color, the pink, so the first stitch, all the way around. No slip stitch when you start. Last band, last stitch. You want to bring it through all of the loops, grab the end, and just pull tighter. Kind of like a slip stitch, but tighter. I'm going to remove my stitch marker, and I'm going to add some stuffing. A little bit at a time. I'm just going to twirl, add, and then I'm going to use the eraser part of my pencil to push in. Be very careful. You want to make sure that both of the arms are the exact same size. So you don't want it coming through. You don't want it losing the shape. I'm going to leave it like that. Now we're going to add 4 sewing bands, just like this. So what I'm going to do is bring my slip knot to the side. And I'm going to go through not the chains beside the slip knot. I'm going to skip those and go to the next. So from one end to the other side, and I'm going to take one of the bands and just do a slip knot. Try not to pull too tight because then it's going to be loose when you're trying to attach it to the body. Go to the next stitches right beside. Try not to catch the stuffing. Same thing, slip knot, don't pull too hard. And the chain right beside that. So now I need one on this side that's even with this one. So what I'm going to do is go right to the end chain and catch the one in the back. And I'm going to do a slip knot right at the side. So you want to pause the video and make sure that you have two that are done. Now for the arms, so we don't get mixed up, the legs are bigger than the arms, but I am going to just take a stitch marker and attach these together so I'll be able to find them faster. It's up to you. Now I'm going to show you how to do the legs. And I'm going to show you how to do one, and then you're going to pause the video and make yourself another. I'm going to start off with the purple color at the bottom here, and I'm going to do 6 single crochets in the magic ring. So I'm just going to take my first band and wrap it around the bottom peg 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm just going to bring the 6 bands through one at a time. Top loop over. Top 2 loops over now, and make sure you're bringing it to the side. Remove off the loom, move your bands around. You should have 6 stitches, and attach your stitch marker to the band that's around your hook. For round 2, we're going to increase on each chain around. I'm still using the purple color, so basically 2 bands in each chain, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. So at the end of round 2, you're going to have 12 stitches. So going in the first chain, doing 2 single crochets in that same chain, back in, the next chain, repeat, back in, the next chain. You want to continue until you get to the stitch marker. I have 2 chains left, 2 sections left. You should have 12 stitches, and remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. For round 3, we're going to increase to 18 stitches now. So the legs are going to be a bit bigger than the actual arms. So what I'm going to do is a single crochet followed by an increase. Single crochet followed by an increase. And I'm going to repeat this pattern 6 times. So every second stitch, you're adding 2 bands. I'm going to go in the first chain, single crochet. Chain 2 is going to be your increase. Back in. and repeat. 1, 2. Follow the layout until you get to the stitch marker. You should have 18 stitches and remove your stitch marker. Add it to the band that's around your hook. For rounds 4 and 5, you're going to do 18 single crochets. Each pile, I have 18 bands, so at the end of each round, you should have 18 stitches. So you're just adding one band to each chain. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. I'm going to start you off with round 4, and then you're going to pause the video, continue, and come back to me when you're done. Going in your first chain, not where it's getting pulled, just one band, one single crochet. So you want to continue all the way to the stitch marker, complete round 5, and come back to me. I have round 6 and 7 here. For round 6, you're going to decrease. You're going to do a single crochet followed by an invisible decrease. So I'm adding an extra band. Single crochet followed by an invisible decrease. And you're going to repeat this 6 times. So you'll have 12 stitches when you're done. For round 7, you're just going to do 12 single crochets, one band in each chain until you get to the stitch marker. So I'm going to do round 6 here. I'm going to go in the first chain, not where it's getting pulled, and just a single crochet. The invisible decrease, 2 slip stitches, and leave them on your hook. Next chain. 3 loops and slide, and repeat single crochet followed by an invisible decrease. You have 12 stitches and remove your stitch marker. For round 7, 12 single crochets, one band in each chain around. Don't go where it's getting pulled. 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. You can pause the video, continue, and come back to me when you're done. For round 8, we're going to change to the yellow, and I'm going to add some stuffing just to fill the area. You don't want to overstuff. My stitch marker is secure, so I'm just going to remove my hook just to make it a little bit easier. And again, you don't want it full, you just want the form to kind of like be all squishy, kind of like. Now putting this back on my hook, I'm changing to the yellow, so when the yellow meets the purple, I'm doing slip stitches. So I have 12 bands here, so at the end of this round, you should have 12 stitches. Going in the first chain, not where it's getting pulled, you're going to bring your band through all of the loops that are on your hook. And slide. And one band in each chain all the way around. Don't catch the stuffing. You have 12 stitches and remove your stitch marker. For round 9, still using the yellow, I'm going to decrease to 10 stitches. So I'm going to do 4 single crochets followed by an invisible decrease. 4 single crochets followed by an invisible decrease. So you're just repeating this 2 times. I'm going to go in the first chain, not the slip knot, and bringing one band through. Again, just following the pattern, single crochet, single crochet, and single crochet. Now we're going to decrease, so slip stitch in the next 2 chains. Three loops and slide, and repeat one more time. You have 10 stitches and remove your stitch marker. For rounds 10, 11, 12, and 13, again, we're going to be doing the same thing as we did with the arms. And we're going to do 4 rows with the same pattern. 3 pink, 4 neon orange, 3 neon green. And you're just going to repeat for a total of 4 rounds. So I'm going to do the first one with you. No slip stitch, just go in your first chain and bring your band through. Just the chain on your hook and it's just single crochet. Continue around. At the end of each round, you should have 10 stitches. Ten stitches and remove your stitch marker. Add it to the band that's around your hook. And when you're starting, you're going to notice, or if you haven't noticed with the arms already, when you're in the pink, you're using pink. When you're in the orange, you're using orange. Just make sure you're starting in the first pink. And single crochet. You can pause the video and come back to me when you're done. For round 14 and 15, I'm changing to yellow, and I'm going to do 10 single crochets, one band in each chain, one, all the way around. Each pile I have 10 bands, so at the end of each round you should have 10 stitches. I'm going to start you off with round 14, going in my first chain, no slip stitch, just single crochet. So if you could kindly just pause the video and come back to me when you're done. For round 16, 17, 18, and 19, you're just going to repeat again with the same colors. You're going to do 4 rounds. 3 pink, 4 neon orange, 3 neon green. So at the end of each round, you will have 10 stitches. I'm going to start you off. Don't go where it's getting pulled. Single crochet, no slip stitch. Next stitch. Remove your stitch marker. You want to start with round 17, and you can pause the video and continue and come back to me. For round 20, I'm going to change to the yellow, and we're going to do 10 single crochets. This is the last round for the legs, and then we're going to add some stuffing to fill it. So just going in my first chain and just single crochet. Last band slip knot to tie it closed. This is the last band, This is the last band, so you're just going to go in your last chain and bring it through all the loops just to tie it off. And remove your stitch marker. Now with the pencil and the eraser part, again, just like the arms, we're just going to take some stuffing just to fill the leg, not to lose the shape. What I mean about not losing the shape is you don't want it to be like stretched. So I'm just pushing gently. Making sure that they're going to be the same size. And I'm just going to attach these two together, knowing that these are the legs. Again, that part's optional. And put that to the side until we're ready to use. Round one of the body, we're going to start off with 6 single crochets in the magic ring. So I'm going to take the first band and wrap it around the bottom peg, 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Reach in through this cap band and bring 6 bands through, one at a time. Remove off the loom, move your bands around. You should have 6 stitches, counting that band that's on your hook, and attach the stitch marker. For round 2, we're going to increase to 12 stitches. So you're going to add 2 bands to each chain, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. So you'll have 12 stitches when you're done. So just going in, adding 2 bands, one at a time. Back in. The next chain with 2. Back in. And repeat until you get to the stitch marker. Again, you should have 12 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. For round 3, we're going to increase to 18 stitches. So you're going to do a single crochet followed by an increase, single crochet followed by an increase, and you're going to repeat this pattern 6 times. So you'll have 18 stitches when you're done. First chain, single crochet. So every second chain, you're adding 2 bands. This is chain 2, increase. Back in. And repeat, 1, 2. Follow the layout until you get to the stitch marker. So you should have 18 stitches and remove your stitch marker. For round 4, we're going to increase to 24 stitches. So the pattern is going to be 2 single crochets followed by an increase, 2 single crochets followed by an increase, and you're going to repeat this pattern 6 times. So I'm going to go in the first 2 chains with 1 band in each, followed by an increase, 1, 1, 2. Increase, and repeat 1, 1, 2. You're going to continue this until you get to the stitch marker. You should have 24 stitches. Remove your stitch marker, add it to the band that's around your hook. For round 5, you're going to increase to 30 stitches. The pattern is repetitive. It's 3 single crochets followed by an increase. 3 single crochets followed by an increase. And you're just going to repeat that 6 times. So you'll have 30 stitches when you're done. I'm going to do the first 2 rows with you here, and then you're going to continue the exact same way following the layout all the way to the stitch marker. So 3 single crochets followed by an increase. First chain, not where it's getting pulled. So just every 4th stitch you're adding 2 bands. I'm at the 4th chain here, back in, and repeat 1, 1, 1, 2. You want to continue following the layout and come back to me when you're done. For round 6 and 7 now, I'm changing the color to yellow. And I'm going to start off with the slip stitch when the yellow meets the purple here. I'm going to start you off with round 6, and you're just going to repeat in round 7. When you start round 7, just be careful that you don't go in the slip knot from round 6 where you started. So round 6 here, we're going to go in our first chain and bring our band through all the loops that are on our hook, grab the end, and slide. So each pile I have 30 bands, so at the end of each round you should have 30 stitches. Next chain. One band in each until you get to your stitch marker. So you can continue going around. When you go to your first chain, make sure when you start round 7, you're going in the chain, not the slip knot. Pause the video and come back to me. So I'm at rounds 8, 9, 10, and 11 here. They're the same thing. Right now, this is what you should have. So I just want you to see what you're going to do for these rounds is change color. You're going to do 30 single crochets for each round. One band in each chain. 1, 1, 1, 1 all the way around. There's no slip stitches when you're changing color. So if you want to pause the video and kind of just do the same setup, or just know that when you get to round 9, whatever chain pink is in, you're going to be using a pink. Whatever chain neon orange is in, you're going to use neon orange for 4 rounds. So the color that I'm using, 3 rows of pink, 4 rows of neon orange, 3 rows of neon green, repeat, 3 rows pink, 4 rows neon orange, and so on until you get to the stitch marker. So I'm going to get started with round 8. Going in the first chain, just single crochet. My bands are kind of overlapped. You're just doing it 1 band in each chain. I just couldn't fit it in the frame. All the way around. Oh, I dropped my stitches. Just gonna pick those up. So you should have 30 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band that's around your hook. You're going to pause the video and do the exact same thing for rounds 9, 10, and 11. Now I'm on round 12 and I'm going to change to yellow. I'm just going to crochet, no slip stitches. You're going to do 30 single crochets, so 1 band in each chain. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. I'm going to start you off. So going in my first chain, just crochet. Next chain. You should have 30 stitches when you're done. You want to pause the video, continue, and come back. For round 13, we are going to decrease to 24 stitches. So I am just going to do 3 single crochets followed by an invisible decrease, adding an extra band. 3 single crochets followed by an invisible decrease. And you're going to repeat this pattern 6 times. So you have 24 stitches when you're done. I'm going to do the first 2 rows with you, and then you're going to repeat following the layout. So I'm going to go in my first chain, not where it's getting pulled, and I'm just going to add 1 band. So I'm going to do that in the first 3 chains. 1, 1, 1. Now the invisible decrease, slip stitch in the next 2 chains and leave them on your hook. When you have 3 loops, then you want to slide. You're going to repeat 1, 1, 1, invisible decrease. Slip stitch in the next 2 chains. Three loops and slide. So you're just going to continue following the layout. 1, 1, 1, invisible decrease. I have rounds 14, 15, 16, and 17 of the body here. This is what you should have so far. For these rounds, you're going to repeat the exact same thing. You should have 24 stitches now, so each round you will have 24 stitches when you're done. This time I'm going to do 4 rounds pink, 4 rounds neon orange, 4 rounds neon green, and repeat again. So you're going to repeat that twice. Round 15, the exact same thing. And 16 and 17. So if you want to kind of just pause the video, copy the same layout. So it's just 1 band in each chain. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. No slip stitches. Don't start where it's getting pulled. So you should have 24 stitches. Remove your stitch marker. Add it to that band that's around your hook. And you can start with round 15. Not in the yellow where it's getting pulled. Pink to pink. You can continue and come back to me when you're done. So this is what you should have so far. You can see that I have 4 rounds completed of each color. This is 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So I did 4 rounds. Now I'm changing to yellow. I have rounds 18 and 19 here. For rounds 18, we're going to decrease to 18 stitches. So I'm going to do 2 single crochets followed by an invisible decrease. So adding an extra band. 2 single crochets followed by an invisible decrease. So that way we're going to have our 18 stitches when we're done. For round 19, you're just going to do 18 single crochets, 1 band in each chain. So let's do round 18. No slip stitch, just single crochet. Don't go where it's getting pulled. Chain 2, single crochet. Now invisible decrease, so slip stitch in each chain or the next 2 chains. Leave them on your hook. 3 loops and side. Again, 2 single crochets followed by an invisible decrease. So I just realized each row is working in each color. So you can see that was 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, and then the invisible decrease. And I just worked in the green for that row. And again, just copy the layout until you get to your stitch marker. So you should have 18 stitches. Remove your stitch marker, add it to the band that's around your hook, and you're just going to do 18 single crochets for round 19. 1 band in each chain all the way around. I'm just going to do a couple with you. So just continue until you get to the stitch marker. I have rounds 20, 21, 22, and 23 here. For each round, you're going to do 18 single crochets, 1 band in each chain, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. The colors that we're using again now, this time, we're going to do 3 single crochets of pink, 3 single crochets of neon orange, 3 single crochets of neon green. And then you're going to repeat 3 pink, 3 neon orange, 3 neon green. And it's the exact same thing for all 4 rounds. I'm going to do round 20 with you. First chain, just 1 band in each. Sorry, if you wanted to copy the layout, now is a good time. So you should have 18 stitches. Remove your stitch marker, and you can pause the video and continue with the next 3 rounds and come back to me. For rounds 24 and 25, you're just going to, I'm changing color, and you're just going to do 18 single crochets, 1 band in each chain, no slip stitch when you start. 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. 18 stitches, remove your stitch marker, and you're just going to repeat for round 25, making sure you're starting in your yellow. And one band again in each chain, all the way around. Come back to me when you're done. For rounds 26, 27, 28, and 29, you're just going to do 18 single crochets. So one band in each chain, one, 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 all the way around. The pattern of colors is 3 pink, 3 neon orange, 3 neon green, and repeat. 3 pink, 3 neon orange, and 3 neon green. You're going to repeat the exact same thing for the rest of the rounds. I'm going to do round 26, going in the first chain, just single crochet, no slip stitch. Continue all the way around until you get to the stitch marker. After this, there's just one more round and then the body's complete. So you should have 18 stitches. Remove your stitch marker, and you're going to start with round 27, one band in each chain. So you can pause me and then come back to me. For round 30 of the body, the last round, I'm changing to purple and I'm going to do 18 single crochets. One band in each chain. One, 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 all the way around. Last band slip knot, and then you're going to add some stuffing to fill it. So I'm going to go in the first chain and I'm just going to single crochet. All the way around until you get to the stitch marker. Remembering to do a slip knot. I can see my stitch markers opened, so I just hope it just doesn't come off. Last chain, last band, bring it through all the loops to tie it closed. Remove the stitch marker and grab some stuffing. You may need a pencil to help add the stuffing in. Now on the other one that I made, I overstuffed it so I can see that the stuffing is coming through. But I always tend to overstuff. You can see my stuffing coming through. You want to avoid that. But at the end of the day, it's yours. So whatever you prefer. You just want to make sure that you're getting it all inside. So I have gaps in here. You can always remove at the end when you're done, using your hook just to pull it out, and then taking a pencil and with the eraser part and just pushing it back in, any excess that's sticking out. So you can put this to the side until we're ready to use it.